So okay, let me make it big. I hope this is clear to
Yes.
you.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, yes,
thank
it's
you.
fine. Perfect.
So
Yes.
basically, okay, basically, today the agenda is to give a quick demo or a quick brief idea, what I can say about the succession planning. That what we can do in succession planning, what is the purpose of using it, and what are the challenges, and technical way also we will be having while configuring the succession planning. All those things. So I'll just give you an idea, a brief
Okay.
intro, and I'll also go through the system, that what we do in succession planning, what is the interface there, and how we have to navigate all those things.
All
So
right.
so basically, when we talk about succession planning, so either succession planning and career development planning are two different modules. First of all, we
Mm-hmm.
call it SPCDP, but when we talk about succession, it's the purpose of succession is different, and career
Mm-hmm.
development planning is different. So
Yes.
succession planning is basically identify critical roles. So first of all, what we have to do in succession planning, basically it is the process of identifying the critical positions first within your
Yes.
organization, and then
Yes.
developing the action plans for individuals to assume those positions. So basically what we
Correct.
do, we decide first the critical roles, critical positions, based on some criteria that organization decides, like the is retiring, or he is going to leave, or whatever reasons
Yeah.
it is, like top management would be the positions where we do the succession planning basically. So these are
Yeah.
some reasons that we internally decide, management decides, and externally or outside the system they decide the positions for which we will be doing the succession planning for this year. This is first thing.
Correct.
Now
Yeah.
what we do in succession planning, basically we identify the right talent. Like if a
Yeah.
position is a general manager, and I want to search a best person who can be a successor for this position, that I can do within my succession planning. So basically taking a holistic view of current and future goals, these type of this type of preparation ensure that you have to write, you have the right people and right persons in the right job. you know so
Okay.
in a long term,
Okay.
basically succession planning strength your overall capability of the organization. By what?
Mm.
By
Yeah.
identifying the right critical positions, highlighting the potential vacancies also, like these vacancies would be there in coming years. And then the very important thing is that selecting the right employee for those positions
Yes.
as a successor. you know
Yes.
so against those successes, then we have development goals also. We can initiate some role leader assessment forms also, like to judge their capability against that future position, against that position where they are added as a successor, and all those things would be there. Now when I talk
Correct.
about succession planning, so let me go into the system and let me give you an idea that what are the tools we have basically. So
Mm-hmm.
to access the succession, I can go into a succession tab, and these are the possible tabs I have: succession of chart, position tile, linear chart, talent pools, talent search, and these are two my 9 box metrics basically, which
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can also have in my performance forms also. So
Yeah.
my
This
first
is
question is yes.
this is employee view, right? Not the manager view. What
This
you're
is
using is
actually see, basically, when we do succession planning, it's very restricted thing, and very I would say it, the succession planning would be handled by admins only, succession admins
okay.
and managers and HRs. The end
Okay.
user, like employee, they won't be able to go and check the succession planning, whatever happening for them or others actually, because
Okay.
what we
Okay.
are doing, we are nominating them as a successor for a position, so they should not know about
Understood.
it. Basically
Right.
once they are ready, then we can assign them as an incumbent for that position. Then they will
Mm-hmm.
know about, okay, I'm now the holder of this
Successor
position
of
basically,
yeah. Yeah.
successor, and now I have the person who will be holding this position for coming years. So basically
Okay.
this succession planning is very very restricted, and based
Mhm.
on role-based permissions, we can restrict any role or any person to have this accessibility basically. You know,
Okay.
so
Okay.
most of the companies, as a standard, if I can say standard practice, companies decides one team, talent team or succession team, who would have access to the succession planning. And some of companies also add managers, HRs to do the succession planning for their direct reportees.
Okay.
So they can
Okay.
see down the line who are the, what are the positions, and who is assigned as a successor for those positions down the line. So this is,
Okay.
we talked about the RBPs basically. You know, so succession planning is fully controllable. We can control it from RBP.
Mhm.
Okay, if I
Mhm.
want to hide this tab, if I want to, showcase only these two metrics tab to manager, we can do that. This is one thing. Now,
Okay.
when we talk about succession, so just an example, we already have decided that there is a position uh, for which we have to add a successor. Okay, so I can go by that incumbent person who is holding that position, like Maya Cooper is holding this position, VP operations. I can also
Okay.
search this position by this position drop down also. So how I'm why I'm doing it, because I have this permission. If I don't have permission, I won't be able to do all these things, first of all. Okay, now position is critical or not, how I can identify. There is a key who tell me that this position is critical position. So key means
Huh.
position is critical, and if there is no
Yeah.
key button, so this position is not a
It's
critical
not a key
position.
position. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, within succession planning, basically, we are not evaluating any position. We are not judging any position. The position management is, completely sync with succession planning. So this key position indicator is coming from position management. So if we have to identify the position, whether it's critical or not critical, that we have to do outside the succession planning, basically. We can take help of any
Ah.
EC configuration. We can take help of any custom process that we can follow while adding a position within my organization. A new
Mm.
position added, we can circulate one survey or anything that would follow a
Yeah.
workflow. So these
Critical
things we can do
assessment
in
we can do.
EC. Yes, that
Yeah.
we can do in EC, but that is
Yeah. Out
not
of the
taken care
system,
in
but
succession. Yes.
yeah, here we are just marking it as a critical position, right? The system, what we
Yes.
are doing is only marking it as critical. We are not doing anything, any assessment or
Evaluation.
criticality study or
Yes.
anything. Yeah, understand.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Understand.
So if I want to make this position not critical, I can open this drop down and I can make it not critical.
Okay.
Automatically that key won't be there now. That will
Mm-hmm.
disappear, and you can see here, if I'll make it again critical, so this will be the critical. So as a talent management team, I can come to this page,
Okay.
I can make any position critical or not critical. Now I can see the positions details. When I click on this VP operation name, I can see the code, the title of that position, and who is holding that person. He's sees the person who is holding this position. If I want to add a successor, I can click on this add successor, and now I have two options where I can search an internal candidate, or I can also search a external candidate
Yes,
who is
we can do
available
this.
within my RCM. RMK, for example, there is a candidate who haven't hired right now, but
Mm-hmm.
in RMK there is a profile.
Yeah,
So if
can be a
any
potential
external
successor.
employer, potential successor, I would say,
Yeah.
so these I can search from here, and I can also have the suggested successors from
Mm-hmm.
system based on their readiness against this role. How they are coming, basically, see, every
Mm-hmm.
role, every job role, a position,
Mm-hmm.
basically, let me give you an idea about it, basically. uh,
Okay.
I'm talking about job profile builder. I believe you are aware about. So one thing I want to ask, actually, Suraj, uh, I believe that you already have some experience in other modules, or it's a first module for you in
Yes.
success factors.
No, no. We are actually using learning management. and employee central, not all the areas, but attendance and time management
Mhm.
I'm using. Yeah, some areas we are
Great,
using.
great. So it's not it won't be difficult for you then because you already
It's
aware
not
about position
completely new
management.
to, yeah, yeah, it's not completely new to me, but position management actually I'm not doing, but I can see
You
that
know,
it's
but
fine
yeah.
because
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
So as we know that in job profile we have job profile JBP. So in job profile this is the structure. We have families. Then under that family we would be having roles. So like job role one,
yes,
role two, and then against that role we have job code mapped and competency mapped.
yes,
And these job
yes.
code would be mapped to positions then.
Okay.
Now this position management, how this position is, this job code added to a person via position, so automatically against that position there would be some. So basically see, this is how every role
Mm-hmm.
would have would have some set of competencies, so
Okay.
when we do succession planning, like VP and VP operations would also have some competencies, so
Yes.
against those competencies, if I'll go and if I'll find a successor, how system is identified these successors basically. So these successors basically coming based on the assessment happened against the competencies which this role already have. Okay. So, for
Okay.
example, if
Okay.
this VP operations have five competencies, these
Okay.
persons may be assessed on those competencies via any performance form or any, career development planning is also there. So there would be one career worksheet also where
Okay.
the future roles are also there. So this is automatically system is giving me as a potential successor, suggested successors. Now this is not the
Okay.
option,
That is based on the
Mhm.
similarities, right? The similarities in
Absolutely.
competencies. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Similarities in competencies as well as the assessment on those
Yeah.
there would be some
Understood.
ratings against those competencies for these employees.
Yeah.
So they have rated in a good way, like they have rated 5 out of 5, for example. So their readiness is 100%, means they are
Rating,
100%
which is part of PMGM, right? Like performance management.
PMGM.
Yeah. So it is
PMGM
taking
also,
data from there, right? It is taking
absolutely.
data from there. Yes.
From there also and from our career development planning also. See, in our career
Okay.
development planning, we have
Mm-hmm.
career worksheet. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there is a
Okay.
feature in career development planning. We
Okay.
also, as an employee, I can also add a future role for me. Like in coming years, I would be having this position, so I can add that position into my bucket. So I can check that okay, these competencies are there for this future role, and I can assist
Mm-hmm.
myself on those competencies. When I will be taking sessions, I will also give you an idea about that also. So you would be having a very better clarity, because see, succession planning and career development planning, there are some sync also, there are some integration also. So when I will
Yes.
be covering that, I'll let you know that how these competencies
Yeah.
rating and suggested successors are
Perfect.
coming. Okay. So
Okay.
for now only you can just assume that from other modules or from career development planning or performance forms, these readiness is measuring against these employees, so they are the suggested one by a system. Okay, if I want to
Mm-hmm.
add anyone from this list, I can click on add, as well as I can
Mm-hmm.
search a person inside my, or internally, like this person. If I want to search geofill here, I can search that person geofill. So when I'll click on add, I can see the readiness 100% ready. Now I can decide the initial readiness, like ready 1 to 2 years, 3 to 5 years ready now, and I can click on save. Now what is this? This is my add successor page. What is this now? This is
Mm.
the talent card of this person.
Okay.
So this talent card also, now coming on the configuration point of view, all these things like readiness labels, I can see ready now 1 to 2 years, 3 to 5 years. I can add more also. This is configured, fully configured. Okay. Now
Okay.
coming on this talent card also, you can see the talent information. So basically in succession planning, we have talent indicators like impact of loss, risk of loss, you
Mm.
future leader, new to position, or other also there like predefined talent indicators provided by SAP. So
Yes.
those
Yes.
informations I can see from this talent card. I can see their nominations, if any nominations they already have as a successor. So for these two positions they have already a nomination geofill.
Okay.
Now I can see their matrix results like performance and potential 9 box matrix is a part of succession planning. And these are some standard portlets as you are aware about these, like you are a EC consultant also, so language skills, career goals, work experience, courses, certifications. So these are my standard portlets which are available in my Employee Central. So within their talent card, I can add these information. So if I information available within EC, that would be available here like this. Okay.
Mhm.
Now
What's the
this is
matrix
fully
above?
configurable. Mhm.
Yeah, above that nine box, performance and potential, right? Yeah, this is not nine box.
No, no. This is actually
Nine box.
performance and potential 9 box. This is 9 box, but this is not configured as 9 box. See, a
Mm-hmm.
9 box means three rating for performance, three rating for potential. So
For
that would become 9 box.
yeah,
But for example, this is my demo instance. So in this, three rating for potential and
and file liquor
five
scale for
rating for performance.
performance.
So that's
Yeah, yeah.
that's why it's
That's why it
25.
is.
But we
Understand. Yeah.
15 box basically. So we can configure
Yes.
it. It's fully configured. Whatever skill
Yeah.
the your
Okay.
customer chosen,
Yeah.
we can configure the same accordingly. There is no issue.
All right. All
Now,
right. Yeah.
what is this basically? It shows basically your employees' performance and potential based on their performance and potential rating. Those employees will
Mm-hmm.
be plotted in one of the boxes that will say, for example, if this box, if I'll go and check where he is. So he is like potential also 3, performance also 5. So he's
Yeah. On
superstar,
the
I
top.
would say. So these labels I can
Yes.
see. So how they can help me? They can help me to decide when I'm, adding a readiness. I can see, okay, they performed very well and their readiness is also 100% for this VP operations. I can add that person as ready now with readiness and I can click on save.
Okay.
So what will happen basically? Now I can see one add successors has been added. I can close this
Mm.
and I can close this also. Now that successor would be available here. And you can also see the bench strength, which it's an indicator that
Mm.
it will give us, for example, there are multiple, you can see multiple successors for this position, production director, one, two, three. Now, if there is one person who is ready now, and there is one person who is, for example, ready 1 to 2 years, and there is one more person, Judy Baker, who is 3 to 5 years ready. So this this indicator will tell us who is the most ready successor I have for this position.
Mm-hmm.
I have ready now available. So this indicator telling me, okay, I have w- most ready is ready now here. For this position,
Yeah.
supply chain director, most ready is one
Yeah.
to 2 years. So I can see the, so that will help me to identify these in a quick way. Now, this is how I can add a successor. Now, see,
Okay.
there are further tabs available like position tiles, linear chart, talent pools. All these tiles also helping me to add a successor or to find a successor only. But the purpose of this succession planning would be same. So when I come to position tile, I can see all the positions within my organization. Now, why I'm able
Okay.
to see all the positions? Because I'm an admin and I have permission to see for all positions. Now,
Yeah.
why I'm telling you? Because see, if I want to restrict it for one role that they will only be able to see for their departments,
Mm-hmm.
some customer may ask, I want to give this permission to HRs. So the HR will
Yeah.
only be able to see for their HR reportees or for their department only, for example.
Yeah.
We can restrict it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
instead of having all the positions within this, they would be having few positions only. Now again,
Okay.
I can see all the positions. I can see the successors appointed or created for those positions. Like for this, there are three successors. If I want to see their details. I can click on their
Okay.
name, and I can see,
Okay.
for instance, Gao. If I click on this, I can see the talent card also. So this is also pretty much same as we already have seen in succession org chart. But this is just like I can see all the positions together, and I can search a particular position by clicking on this position filter. So I can search
Okay.
a particular position by clicking on this add button. I can search by position tile, position code, position title, or I can, for example, if I want to search for a particular position, VP operations, we were doing something. I will click on search. So there are, these are my VP operations positions. How many are there? 80 positions are there. And where is my position? Maya Cooper, you can see here, VP of operations. Maya Cooper is holding that position, and we have nominated Geophil. So this is how I can filter position. I can search for a particular position. I can see the succession planning which is happened for them or not. Okay. Now I can also check for a key positions only. So I can filter that I want to see only key positions, whether their planning
Okay.
is running perfectly or not. So I can also filter out only key positions and check the succession planning for them. Now, further linear chart I have, which is only showing me the succession planning for a particular person down the line. For example, Maya Cooper, if I want to see the chain of successor for a particular person, so this is only for view. Linear chart only give me a chain of successors, details or information. I'm not adding a successor here. What I am doing, I want to see for Maya Cooper down the line how many successors are there. So, for example, for Maya Cooper, Geophil is a successor. For Geophil, I have three successors. Apart from the means against those three successors, Jada Baker having two successors, and then
Mm.
now there are no further chain available because
China.
Patrick and Janice don't have any doesn't have any successors. So what I
Yeah.
am able to see here, a chain only, a tree kind of view,
Mm. Yeah.
like the successors down the line. This is only view.
All right.
Now,
Yeah.
see, in succession planning, we may have two kind of situations. First is we have decided the key positions and we have decided the successors against that position. For example,
Okay.
your manager's position is critical, and your organization think that you are the most ready candidate for that position in coming year. So they already have
Mm-hmm.
decided you as a successor for that position. Okay, this is one thing. Now, second thing, if we have the critical position but we don't have a successor, we have to find
Mm-hmm.
it based on some
Okay.
criteria. Then what we can do, we can utilize the talent pools and talent search here. So how we can utilize, just an example, if I'm able to, I want to find out one position, uh, or I want to find out a successor for uh, CEO label, okay? Or I can add some also. So for example,
Okay.
here what we are doing, we are creating a bucket, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Bucket means uh, I want to find out a successor for CEO, but I have many candidates available. What I can do? I can create a talent pool. I can add those candidates within the talent pool like this, like seven
Mm-hmm.
nominees. And then what
Okay.
I can do? Uh, I can, outside the succession planning, I can do some assessments or internal discussions, and I can check their, talent cards also. I can check their readiness also against any,
Mm-hmm.
a succession org chart. I can, add them as a successor, and I can initiate a role readiness form for them.
Okay.
As a result, I find out that okay, one person is ready among seven. Like Jada Baker is ready for that position for which I have created this talent pool. Then what I can do, I can go into my succession org chart, and I will add this person as a successor for for that position. So what
Okay.
talent pool basically do? It's not a position, it's just a kind of a bucket where we add
Mm-hmm.
nominees, We do some
Yeah.
assessments, we finalize
Hmm.
them as a successor or not, and then at the end we will add them as a successor from succession of chart or position tile. Both are the options where I can find out the position and I can add a successor. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if
Okay.
I want to search, uh, I don't have some nominees also. Just an example. I don't have any nominees for this talent pool, or I don't have any successor. I want to find out. So what I can do, I can go to talent search here. Talent search is
Okay.
basically, as name suggested, that it will give you a privilege to search based on some criteria, based on some filters. So, for
Okay.
example, I want to search based on some basic information like who is future leader who is nominated, or let me give you a very normal example. For example, that I want to search uh, one person, so whose department is department. Where is that department? Department is any. Let me take few examples actually because I need. So for example, I'm seeking one successor for this department, So I
Okay.
don't want to see all employees. I can filter out. I have added one criteria, then I can add more criteria. One more criteria that their performance rating would be mm, performance rating will be like 5. I
Five
don't
and yeah.
want to. I don't want one, two, three employees to be part of, and then I
Okay.
click on
Okay.
search.
Got it.
So what I could
Yes.
find, like I have 1,000 employees or 5,000 employees, but system will give me the relevant one for whom I am seeking actually. Like,
This
uh,
matching is based on the competency, right? The matching shows 50 percentage is based on the competency.
absolutely based on see, this will give you the match percent. So your
Yeah.
criteria, there were two criterias you have selected. One based on
Okay. 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 Based on the
department
criteria
and
we have
one
given
based.
now. Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
system is actually giving you, okay, there are zero employees who matched 100%. That's why
Understand.
exact match is not there. But based on your
Yeah.
criteria,
That's
these are the
yeah.
employees who matched 50%. So
50
system will
percentage.
give you the least one based on
Yeah.
his employee central details. Okay. So
Okay. Okay.
this is how what I can do in future. I can search for a particular talent. Now those
Hmm.
talent, how I can search based on their performance rating, based on their potential rating. I can put some criteria based on their performance, based on their potential rating, based on their department, division, their manager name, all those basic informations, which are available within my personal information, job informations. These can be used as a filter. So once I'll
Okay.
have those employees, what I can do, I have just click on just check marks. I received four options here. Add to pool means
Okay.
if I have created one talent pool like CEO we have created. If I want to add this person, Francis, to that talent pool, CEO, I can click on this add to pool. So from this talent search, basically, I can directly add this person as a nominee for a talent pool. I don't want to do that. So
Okay.
what I'll do, I can do also, I can export these search, whatever search I have done and whatever candidates I received from system, I can export this file also you know so
Okay.
this I can showcase to my organization that okay, these are my potential candidates. What we have to
Okay.
do, you can internally decide and you can go further. What I can do also, compare. So if I have a confusion between two employees or three employees, for example, and I want to decide that only one employee I want here, what I can do, I can compare them.
Hmm.
So within my talent search also I can click on this comparison. Now this is
Okay.
my like comparison. Their department is production, FR, human resource. This. What are their ratings in in last year or in last few years? Like this person received 1, this person received 4, this person received 4. This is the date range for those performance rating. If I want to add more information, I have this option here, configure field. I want to add their division. I want to add their capabilities as a future leader or not. I want to check where when they hired within the organization. I want to check, so all these, what I'm doing basically, these are my parameters or criteria where I'm deciding the right talent. So this talent search helping me to decide the perfect one. So for example, if I have
Yeah,
decided
right.
Alan is the best one based on the comparison I have done, I can also nominate that person. This is my button, nominate, for a particular position. So nominate means I'm nominating this person. For example, there were
Okay.
one position, VP operation, which where we were seeing, so there are multiple actually VP operations. I'm not able to see the right one, but I can, directly search for that position like this, and I can add a readiness here, like she is ready, he will be ready in 1 to 2 years, and I can put a note why I have selected this person. So I can mark, I can put some notes like she has achieved 4 ratings, she belongs to this, she is a better person, and I can click
Yeah.
on this nominate. So this talent
Okay.
search, what what is the utilization here? Utilization is very important because uh, if we don't have any successor or if we don't have any nominee, we refer this talent search and we can find out the right talent. This is what we are doing here.
Okay.
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 Now,
Got it.
there is one more tab which is also very, very important. Why? Because this is integrated with our performance management also. So we have this
Okay.
9 boxes, or here I can say 15 box also. So here in succession planning is fully integrated with performance management. Okay, so when I talk about the integration, succession planning basically integrated with career development planning, your performance
Okay.
planning. Okay, so from performance, I can get these ratings, which is performance and potential. So potential form also, as we know that performance is their annual performance cycle is there for every employee. Potentiality basically not all the companies use it, but when they use
Okay.
succession planning, they can configure one more form within their performance management for checking the
Mm-hmm.
potentiality, for potential assessment. So when we configure succession planning for our client, basically uh, we
Mm-hmm.
configure the potential form also, but that form is not that much complicated as performance annual performance review. Okay, the
Okay.
potential form would be very simple, like uh, most of, like 90% client, what they do to check the potentiality for employees, they use a
Mm-hmm.
simple route map, like manager assessment, and then manager review, and then complete.
Mm-hmm.
you know
So
so
apart from the normal annual performance, it's not. So in this case, it's not taking the performance review, annual performance review. It is a separate assessment, right? The manager review is a separate assessment.
Absolutely. See, the manager's rating, sorry, the performance rating is already in this one dimension. So basically, my matrix is two dimension. One is
Yeah.
performance, like annual performance rating would be there from
Mm.
performance management. And the second dimension is potentiality. So for both,
Okay.
generally what we do, we use two separate forms. One is
Okay.
annual performance review form, which we launch every year for every employee, and we do the performance assessment. Correct. Second
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
is for potential one. Okay, then what I was talking about that uh, this performance and potential rating
Yeah.
would be coming from two different forms. Okay,
Right. One is the annual
performance is
performance.
coming annual performance, and second one is for potential form. So this potential, basically see, this potential is, it's not important that we have to configure a form. If they can also have this
Okay.
rating outside the system, client can also upload it. So as you are a EC consultant, there is a potential, you know uh, extended user information. We can import extended
Okay.
user information. So with the help of that tool, we can also import the potential ratings within my employee central, and from there we can pick this for potential. You know, so what I
Okay.
am trying to tell you that based on these two ratings, those employees will be plotted in one of my box.
Nine
So
boxes.
this is my
Yeah.
yeah. Currently, for example, currently this is my 15 one, but
Mm-hmm.
if this would be 9 one, then the look and feel will be like this. 3 by
Mm-hmm.
3. You know,
3 by 3. Yeah.
uh, yeah, we were doing some R&D, so we configured it 5 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is
Yeah.
the labels and the colors and the text. It's fully configured. If client may ask
Mm-hmm.
that, okay, I want to change these colors, I want to change the labels, I want to change this whatever star, emerging star written there, we can do that. It's fully
Okay.
configurable.
Okay.
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 Now I can see the people's there. So for example, Eric. Why Eric is there? Because he received rating 5 in performance
Mm-hmm.
from performance management and from rating 3 for potentiality. So based on their performance and potential results, automatically those person will be added into my 9 box. And based on these 9
Okay.
box results, one more thing very important, that in this 9 box I can also see their talent indicators. So basically, what is talent
Okay.
indicators? I'm repeating, talent indicators helps us to uh, identify that employees uh, criticality. Employees criticality
Okay.
means, see, for example, what are the talent indicators I have right now? Reason for leaving, impact of loss, risk of loss,
Yeah.
diversity candidate, like future leader. So what these talent indicators says, this is telling me the criticality of this person, or the
All
importance
right.
of this person, I would say.
All right.
So if
Yeah.
that risk of loss is high, then what we have to do, I believe that we have to take a decision and we have to promote that employee, or we have to, add
All
a
right.
successor. So if that person will be growing into the organization, then he would be happy and all those things. So these indicators matters where we are deciding a successor. So we decide, if we have multiple choices here, so I would go with who is a future leader, yes, or for example who is new to position, no, because he's already in the organization for like 15 years, I would select that person. I will prefer that person,
Yeah.
rather than who joined 2 years before. So these indicators are also available within my matrix, and that will
Okay.
just give me a quick idea that okay, I want to select this person. I can, open that talent card again.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to nominate that
Mm-hmm.
person from this nine box also, I can click on this nomination button. I can select one position from this, I can again what I'm doing right now. I can search by people, I can search by position. So for example, if I want to search for a position, incumbent person, Maya Cooper, I will select this. Now I'll select the readiness here. Next, readiness like 3 to 5 years. Notes is not required. Now you see, from this nine box also, I have added this person as a successor for
Okay.
this VP operation. So, uh, how the nine box helps us? This is very important because client may ask that, see, uh, we have nine box, but how I can, do the succession planning from nine box? How can I can utilize it? So we can tell them, you have all the uh, assessment results also available here, their talent cards also available here, their talent informations are also there, and I can also nominate. I have this ability to nominate from nine box, directly from nine box. I don't want to go in succession of chart, position, tile, and I want to nominate. I can directly
Yeah.
nominate from here also.
Yeah.
Informations are available within my same page. I can download this page also if I want to, uh, export it and present it in front of my top level management. I can do that. So this is what we do in succession planning. Now, performance
Okay.
versus potential is this, and this is how versus what. It is also my objective versus competency. So basically, in my performance management, this is nine box. This is purely nine box, 3 by 3. You can see the
Mm-hmm.
look and feel also. Now, what is how versus what? It's also a matrix, but only difference here we are comparing that employee, or we are placing that employee, I would say, based on their competencies and objective result. So within my
Yeah.
performance, I have two things. One is objective, one is competency. So within that performance form, there would be one overall objective rating and one overall competency rating. So based on these
Yeah.
two ratings, those persons are placing within my nine blocks. So
Right.
only
Right.
one difference between this and this is the source, you know, is
Yeah.
the
Right.
dimensions only. Other things
Yeah.
are same based on those ratings. Those employees will be plotted here, and I can take a decision from there, from based on their competency and objective rating also. So this is purely based on my thinking, my decision, that which
Yeah.
person I want to nominate as a successor or not. So this
Yes.
is what we have as an overall. Means there are multiple
Okay.
integration area also, like from career
Hmm.
development planning, how this module is integrated, how these ratings are coming from performance management. All these configuration things are also
Yeah.
there. But the
Yeah.
overall idea that why we use it, how we use it, and what are the
Yes.
possible things to do, this is what I have just demonstrated here.
All right. Perfect. Okay. Rahul, and this I think this is the overall picture what you have to give, right? And now
Yes.
the further things are the in detail we can go step by step.
Succession planning is 50% of succession planning is just enabling the things and disabling the things. Like, there are some
Uh,
predefined features which we can enable and disable, and 50% is configuration side, which we will be also covering in
okay.
that sessions.
Yeah. Totally. I feel the narration was very very clear and to the point. Okay.